Hi Class 5, welcome to your English video today. For punctuation we're going to have a look at apostrophes and how to use them. We're also going to look at how not to use them. And in English you are going to continue a story. So when should you use an apostrophe? You should use an apostrophe when you are talking about somebody's possession or when it is a contraction. So when it's somebody's possession, if it's shown that somebody owns something, the apostrophe goes before the S. So if you have a look here, the cat's tail waved in the air. That tail belongs to the cat, so we need an apostrophe. Mr. Green's umbrella sheltered him from the rain. The umbrella belongs to Mr. Green. Okay? If you had, for example, the leaves on the tree, okay, you would not need an apostrophe there because the next word is not what belongs to it. It's not any word that ends in S. Okay, quick task for you now. You need a pencil and a piece of paper, and you need to also pause the video. Have a look at the following sentences, decide where you need to put the apostrophe to show possession. Now remember what I've just said, it's not any word that ends in S. So there's some that might be a trick, okay? Some might have more than one as well. So you need to pause the video whilst you do this task and then unpause it ready for the answers. Okay, well done if you said the apostrophe goes here. Oh, now I've just noticed a mistake. That says the lion's road. That should be the lion's roar. Okay, that roar belongs to the lion. 14 elephants ate all of the tree's leaves in less than 5 minutes. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 words there that end in S. So we need to find the word that shows that something belongs to something else. So the tree's leaves, because the leaves belong to the tree. Captain Holbert's ship crashed over the ferocious ocean waves. Again, we've got 3 words there that end in S. So we need to find the word that shows that something belongs to it. So well done if you said Captain Holbert's ship. The ship belongs to Captain Holbert. The lady's handbag was snatched by the 2 thieves. Okay, the handbag belonged to the ladies. After a long walk, the children's shoes were caked in thick mud. The shoes belong to the children. So the apostrophe goes in the word that shows who owns it. Well done if you got all of those right. Okay, so let's have a look at singular and plural then, because there are some changes. So if the noun is singular, the apostrophe goes before the S. If the name already ends in S, so like we've got James's, okay, you can either add an apostrophe or we add an apostrophe and the extra letter S. Okay, so either one of those is right. But if we've got a plural that already ends in S, so you can see here, the girls' toilet. Okay, so if you think at school, there's lots of girls in the class. Those toilets belong to all of them. It's already plural and it already ends in the letter S. You just use an apostrophe at the end. If it said girls like this, so for example the girls' bag, the bag belongs to one girl. If it said girls like this, it's more than one. Okay, and if the plural doesn't end in S, you just add apostrophe S. So like on the previous slide, the children's and the men's, apostrophe S. Also, when we're using apostrophes for contractions, the apostrophe omits the letter. It replaces the letter. So if we wrote didn't, which is a contraction of did not, the letter O is omitted. Now when you are writing this handwriting, what I've said to you in class is you do not join the letter before and after the apostrophe. So you take your pencil or your pen off your page so that you know where the apostrophe goes. I'm going to try and do joined up writing here. And this is very hard. You know how hard it is in class. It's even harder trying to do it on a laptop. Okay, so then I would take my pen off, I would do my apostrophe, and then my T. Okay, so that I know I've replaced that letter. Okay, let's be apostrophe pleased before you do your task today. I'm going to show you some images where apostrophes have been used incorrectly, and these are on signs in shops, hospitals, that are all around us. Your task, if you go out and about when the shops start to open, see if you can find any incorrect apostrophes. Okay, newspapers. Apostrophe before every S. It's just describing that there's newspapers there. They don't need apostrophes. No drinks allowed in shops, thanks. Again, random apostrophes that are not needed. This is my face right now as I am looking at this as well. And this is my favourite face. Let's have a look at Tesco. Sorry, we are closed. New Year's Day. That's all fine. They've got the apostrophe for the contraction correctly. We are. But let's have a look at this bit. You are local express store will be open as normal. We know that that should just be your. And this is what my face is like as well. Okay, the Birmingham Children's Hospital have missed an apostrophe off. Where should it be? Should be here to show that the hospital is the children's. And here, St Paul's Square. That square belongs to St Paul, so they missed an apostrophe there as well. Okay, so you've got your tasks to complete today, Class 5. Your first one, you need to tick whether the word needs an apostrophe or not. If it does, put the word in the correct place, put the apostrophe, sorry, in the correct place. And then your second task is, again, to think about who owns what in the sentence and put your apostrophe in the correct places. So pause the video and get ready for English. Okay, so you've got this image in your pack today, and you are going to be continuing the story. So what could have happened? What if you were on one side and your friend was on the other? What might you say to each other? She had been standing there for hours, surrounded by ice, as the sun peeped its head over the distant mountains on the horizon. An orange and yellow hue filled the sky. The warmth of the sun was a gesture of kindness to her frozen hands, which she clasped together in front of her trembling body. It was then that she heard it. Crack! It was as if the world in front of her was breaking in two. Okay, so I've continued the story briefly here just to give you an example. Slowly she turned her head, and that's when she saw it. The ice had a deep crack for as long as she could see. Her eyes widened whilst her breathing intensified. She was alone. As loud as a lion's roar, she screamed in the hope that someone, somewhere, would find her. But nothing came out. As she looked downwards, towards her feet, that's when she realised that her right foot was on one side of the crack and her left foot was on the other. Frozen in fear, she tried to lift her leg up, but it wouldn't move with her. Silent and deserted, she could hear the very faint sound of the ice cracking beneath her feet. Okay, if you have a look at how I've started my sentences as well, which is what you've been working on last week, I've got my fronted adverbial, I've got my simile, I've got my conjunction starter, I've got an adverbial phrase to show how, and I've got my two adjectives. And that's what I would like to see in your writing as well. Okay, a bit of a long video today, but you've got quite a lot of work to do there, and I'm excited to see what you produce.